Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Insomniacs After School episode number 3 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we get to see Ganta and Magari getting comfortable in the observatory, bringing in more stuff like little toys and stuff like a place to properly sit down, a couch and stuff like that to make it more easy and comfortable to sleep over there. And obviously Ganta tries to change the lock because the lock being in that situation is not good. So while doing that, the cat comes in, the cat which was which took the nurse, I forgot her name, her letters. The cat comes in, and following the cat in comes the teacher, the nurse. And obviously she asks a lot of questions, and in the end, after Ganta says everything and talks about how this is the only place that he can sleep, uh, the nurse was like, but I'm a teacher, I have to bring it up with the authorities. So they thought that their place will be taken away. But then we got to see that the nurse actually told the teachers, the principal, the vice principal, that oh, they want to be club members. And there you go. If they're officially club members, they're free to use that place. And the nurse also became the advisor of that place. So everything is good now. So obviously, now that they're club members, they actually need to do club activities like looking at the like the sky, the moon and everything. So Ganta is little by little trying to learn more about it. He has a telescope and he's doing stuff, testing stuff out, and yeah, that is where it ended. So let us see what happens in this episode number 3. Let's get started. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Okay. Will it work? What the? What's that? What's happening here? Why is this person wearing a different dress? Okay, I'm confused. Why does that person have? All right, let's see. I like how the cat is at. The cat is actually one of the members. Yeah, this person will become one of the club members. I'm not okay. Oh, the hmm. Hmm. Astronomy club. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, can the cat sign as well? Yo, the cat wants to sign. A little paw print, maybe? Okay, they did not let the cat sign. Oh boy. Yeah. No, I feel like. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, both are. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Look at some. Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. Takes photographs. Oh, that girl. Oh, she's an alum. Okay. I really don't think she's older than everyone. Okay. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna. Yeah. Oh, they're here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep. They almost missed their stop. Onsen? Here? Oh, awesome. Wow, they're still walking. Wow, it's actually evening. They're still walking. Oh my god. Oh, they lost. Here we go. Oh no. Are they like. No, what is. Okay. Okay, it's a. What the? Yo! Hey! This is an arcade? What is this? Okay, I was not expecting this. It's an arcade. Wait, is this a boy or a girl? I am not. I thought this was a girl. The name seemed like. Ah. It's, she's a girl. Yo, another cat. Rolo. Wow, the cat was actually waiting for him. Oh, okay. This person also uses. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's nice. Oh, okay. She's a girl. Oh God. Yeah. Oh, she used to do solo everything. Oh. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. uh, yeah, probably. Oh, okay. Well, that's not astronomy. Oh boy. Oh god. Okay. That's nice. This is making. Oh boy. Wow. You're talking from experience, ain't you? Oh. Yeah, well, Shiromaru, that's her name. What? Oh. People Club. Wait, what? Wait. Um, yeah, that's what. Okay. That's what called People Club. Yes, night times I think she'll probably be able to show them. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, that's a lens, like a zoom in lens. Oh no, that's a hood. Ah, okay, interesting. Hmm. No, no. Settings. Oh, right at this stars. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Ah, interesting. Oh, okay. Ah, all right. Interesting. Just happy that people are, like having the same hobbies as her. Wait, so she went to school? It's a long way. Well, yeah, she went there before, so. Okay. Farmhouse Discus Austrinus. Oh, damn. Mm. Damn. Oh, she's like, sleepy. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, she's here. The cat is sniffing her. Probably getting the other cat smell. Wait, what the? That was random. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. All right, that's a good activity. Outside school. Yeah, and she can also participate. Shiromaru. Hmm. That guy, his friend, what's his name? Hey, yeah, she has a lot of friends. Hmm. Ah, wow. That's nice. Small price to pay. Okay. National. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a big hurdle. What the? Ah. Oh, she's the one who brought these. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. That's good. Oh, they can snap some pictures over there. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Some kind of meme. To snap pictures at night. Yeah, like this is a thing. Like he has something to do at night now. Yeah, that's a big thing for him. Unless instead of just laying there not being able to sleep, he's doing something which is nice. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, the whole weather will also come to play here because of the clouds and stuff. Yeah. Now Castle ruins. The cat is like a dog. Like just okay. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I think she put the timer. No, what did she do there? Oh, there, yeah, she put the timer, so it's going to take occasional photos, I'm guessing. Ah, wow. Yep, another one. Wow, so I guess, like she's letting the timer, like, like it's snapping pictures now and then. So, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. The cat looked at the picture. Oh, yeah, send the picture. Astronomy club. No, no, they're awake. It's fine. His- oh, the cat will be like, oh, let me just press the button. There you go. Oh, red. There you go. Wait, is it 1 p.m.? That's not even that late. Well, yeah. Okay, there you go. Another very nice, wholesome episode. We get to meet a new character, and yeah, we have a goal as to what to do now. Hmm. That is it. All right. So that was episode number three of Insomniacs After School. And here we meet a new character, one of the alumni of this school, another person who, like, does photography and was used to snap pictures of the nighttime sky. So yeah, okay. So in the beginning, we get to see Ganta and his friend, I forgot his name, both of them like were just walking the school hallways and talking about the astronomy club and how he joined it. And you can see that Shiromaru is there, just like I think she was probably visiting. I'm guessing probably here to meet some teachers or something and just look at the school. And she overhears them because obviously it's a surprise to her because for her, as she said, that most of the time she kind of spent alone because after the original members graduated, the rest of the time she was the sole member of the astronomy club. And so suddenly hearing like after she graduated someone else has like taken become an astronomy club member and like is an actual club again, she was surprised. Obviously it will be surprising because she's like yeah, I just graduated and then now people are coming. But either way she just listened to them and yeah, like that was the first section. And then after the opening song we get to see Magari and Ganta filling up the astronomy club note, the declaration form, I'm guessing. And they're like signing and I like how the cat comes in as if he also the cat also wants to sign or something. It would have been like, I guess it wouldn't really go well. Like I was going to say it would have been kind of interesting if they let the cat give a little paw print or something. Oh boy, but yeah, like okay, okay. One thing I feel like another thing like I'm pretty sure the author of the story definitely loves cats. Like there's there's already two cats in this anime. And it's the third episode. Which is kind of nice because I also like like cats. I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. Yeah, because most of the time I just hear people saying like I feel like this is just a thing, but most people I talk to they're dog people. So this like I feel like finding cat people are kind of, I wouldn't call it rare, but it's a little bit uncommon. So but I love cats, like I just love cats a little bit more than dogs. I also love dogs, but cats I kind of prefer a little bit more. Oh boy. Probably because I grew up with cats. Like I had a few cats coming into my house like when I was a child. There weren't many dogs though. There was a dog that there was a stray dog in our locality which freaked me out. It used to bite everyone. It was a menace. And I feel like I'm a little bit scared of dogs because of that from like a childhood, like like from that time that dog used to freak me out. So from a childhood, there's a little bit of a trauma I have about dogs. Whenever dogs bark loudly or like like do something crazy, I kind of freak out. So yeah, that's probably from because of my childhood trauma. But cats, I love cats. Cats just like I always kind of grew up with cats, so I'm a little bit more biased towards cats. So it's kind of nice to see a story where there's a lot of cats. There's already two cats in this anime, and it's the third episode. Oh, okay. So, all right. So now next we get to see Magari and Kanta take the form to the teacher Kurashiki Sensei. Okay, I need to remember these names. Kurashiki. Oh, I feel like it'll take me a while to remember her name. Kurashiki. Okay, so they take it to Kurashiki Sensei, and she accepts it, and she's like, okay, so Ganta will be the club president because obviously Magari has her own another club, the swimming club, so she cannot really put much, like time in this club. So Ganta will have to do it, and she says that then you'll have to. I think she says you'll have to go to a meeting. No, what did she call it? Just a minute. Like an official like club meeting, I think she said. Just a minute. Okay, Ganda says we have two members, so it's a formality that there's nothing I actually have to do, right? And she says like, no, you'll have to attend the annual budget meeting. in September. All right. Most club presidents are second and 30th. All right. So it's happening in September, and they're doing the whole little thing, that thing that they're going to do, like looking at stars, in August. So they're doing it in August, and they can present that in the September meeting. That's perfect. And she says most of the club presidents are second and third year members, and he's first year, so yeah, that's another thing. And she says that they're accepted to make a presentation about the club activities over the past year, but he just barely joined, so he has to. Obviously, I'm pretty sure nobody will expect much from them because they barely joined. But still, if they can bring something in, it'll be even better as an impression. They'll be like, oh, they barely started the club and they have already done this. So that'll be like a good thing. And then propose a budget for approval by the student council. So the results of the meeting determine how much funding each club gets distributed in March. So Ganta actually is about money, and she's like, not completely. Definitely, it's about money, but at the same time, it's also to demonstrate to the school that you're engaged in legitimate club activities. Yeah, which obviously you need to show. Otherwise, your club might get stopped. Now, here's another thing I kind of realized is that usually how the clubs have this whole limit, not limit, but like a minimum number of like 3 members or 4 members. Like unless and until you get that, your club is not a club; it's a circle. And once you get that number, you'll become a club. You'll get an official budget. However, one thing I can see here that there really doesn't talk much about that in this anime, especially for the astronomy club. And you can see how Shiromaru also said later on that she was the sole member for like 1.5 years or something. So the fact that she being a sole member, she was allowed to properly engage in club activities, and the club was officially recognized, shows that I feel like this school kind of gives a little bit more preference to the astronomy club. I don't know, this is just a guess. Because, like the astronomy club, it's something that they always wanted people to engage in, but there weren't many members. So you can see how the teachers were like, oh, the expensive devices, the instruments, the telescopes, they're just there, just collecting dust. So it's great that you guys are actually becoming club members. So they were pretty happy about it. So I don't know, I feel like maybe that is why they kind of give it like a little bit of a preference, the astronomy club. And so that is why even Shiromaru was allowed, even though she was a sole member, she was allowed to engage in club activities. And here also we have 2 members here, Magari and Ganta, which I don't think is a minimum number. Like usually the minimum number of club members that you need to have are like 3. So I don't know, maybe this school doesn't have that. No, there must be like a minimum number of people you need to make a club. Otherwise, everyone will make a club, like of what they want. Like, like it doesn't make sense then. So there must be like a minimum number. But the fact that they barely even talk about that, and Shiromar was allowed to be a sole club member, I don't know. I feel like I get the feeling that the school kind of gives a little bit of preference to the astronomy club because of that, Anyways, I'm not exactly sure, but either way, um, so Kanta says, so what I was going to do? And the teacher just looks at him, and then she's like, all right, fine, here we go. This is the activities of the previous club. Look at this. And she shows like a picture, like a very beautiful, like a picture of the sky. And it is taken by Yui Shiromaru. That girl we saw, the reflection on her eyes, the same girl that was standing in the hallway at the beginning of the episode. So yeah, now our next goal is to go and meet this person. So alright, so while they were on the bus going to visit Shiromaru, Ganta talks about a few things like talking to his friend and getting some pointers from him about this meetings and stuff. And while they were talking about it, they kind of fall asleep. Again, like it seems a very normal thing, but for them it's huge because they cannot fall asleep at night. So now here, like in the morning they always feel drowsy. So here they actually fall asleep in the train, not train, sorry, bus. And thank God, Magari woke up at the proper station, at the proper stop, and she's like, "Oh, quick, Ganta, let's go!" And they quickly drop down, and yeah, it's like it's like the village side. I'm guessing it's like a lot of paddy fields and everything, and Yeah, and they're like walking, and Margaret's like, "Are we almost there?" And Gandhar's like, "Yeah, we should be. Let's walk." And they keep walking, and it's evening. And Gandhar's like, "Wait, did I miss something? Like, what's going on?" So they retrace back their steps, and finally they reach the place that Shiromaru works at. And okay, I would do not expect to see that in the inside of the building. Like the outside of the building, it seemed like a diner or something, where you go to have a meal or something. And you open the door and there's like loud music, uh, neon lights just glowing. It's an arcade. And yeah, so they get in and Shiromaru's there, and Shiromaru's like, "Oh, who are you?" And then real gutsy of you to here hang out here after school. And then she realizes that, oh, these are the people who Kurashiki sensei recommended. So she's like, all right, you must be those two, come in. And they go inside, and to her little house, not house, but I guess this is like her little, like like a little place where she keeps her computer and her photographs stuff. So she gets in there, and there's a cat waiting for her. What's her name? What's the cat's name? Rolo. Rolo. Yeah, Rolo. And yeah, they get in, and he. Now at this point, I was really confused. At first, like when I saw her, I didn't understand if she was a boy or a girl. Then when they showed the picture, of her, and Kurashiki Sensei said her name is Yui Shiromaru. I was like, okay, Yui is a girl's name, so that's a girl. And then when she talked over here, her voice was kind of like a little bit deeper. So I was like, wait a minute, is this even a girl, or is this a boy? Like I was so confused. And then here we get in, and like here when they get in, like she suddenly sees her underwear just there, and then I was like, okay, yeah, that's a girl. Confirmed. Anyways, so they get in, and after that whole thing, Shiromaru gets embarrassed, and then she's like, Ganta's like, "Oh, can you please help us out? Like, we want to like do more stuff in the astronomy club and want to know more about your photography and everything." And now here she says that when it comes to group activities, I'm basically useless because all of the third years pieced out and left me as the sole member until graduation. There you go. I was always there alone. And she says, but that meant I got to monopolize the observatory. It was like getting a private room at school. All right, so there you go. And so she's like, oh, is that your camera? Let me see it. And she sees the camera, and she looks at a few of the pictures that Ganta snapped, and she's like, oh, this needs a little bit more brightness. And she tells him what to do, like this you can do. And obviously Ganta is new to this, so he doesn't know, and he's very interested, and he's like, oh, can you please tell me? And it's just asks her a lot of questions. And then she was like moving through the pictures and sees Magari's picture over there. Anyways, and Ganta's like, can you please help me out? And she's like, yeah, but I'm hungry. And she starts cooking. I love how Ganta makes a few observations about her. He's like, oh, she's just like works at her own pace. She must have not have had friends. She was always alone, so I can understand that. And while saying all of these things, she was dealing self-damage because he's also like that. But anyways, they get the food, and it's tasty. Obviously, being, she must cook her food alone all the time. So yeah, like cooking on your own, it definitely is going to improve your culinary skills. So yeah, now I like how she says that, oh, you're reviving the Peeper Club. And Margaret's like, what, Peeper? And she's like, oh, you didn't know? You gotta practice how to focus the telescope, which means during the day you'll be looking at people in the schoolyard instead of stars. Oh my god, that's what they did. And that's why they were called the Peeper Club. Makes sense, like you need to have like a target to kind of like adjust. And like the whole thing with telescope, I feel like it's kind of like a microscope, isn't it? Like, it's very difficult. It seems like it's quite easy. Like, in school, I remember, obviously when you go into higher classes, you have to operate the microscope if you're like, in the science class. So, like I always, when I wasn't in the high school, I used to see people doing the microscope, and I was like, oh, it looks kind of easy. And then when I when I went into higher classes, and finally when it's time to operate a microscope, like there's like, I think, like simple microscope, compound microscope. Yeah, simple microscope was, at first it was quite easy. Still, it was difficult for a beginner, and I was like, all right, it's a little bit difficult, but it's fine. And I was like, yeah, this is good. But then came the compound microscope, and oh my god, it's freaking difficult to, if you're new to it, to properly focus and everything. It's so difficult, like especially if you're like looking at like some kind of a like like what do you call them, those microscopic, like like things. When you're looking at them, you need to properly focus into it, otherwise you won't be able to see. like like you need to properly, like you need to also position the thing properly. So you need a like subject. Unless and until you have a subject, you cannot properly focus and understand that it's focused or not. If it's like the blank, like underneath, then you won't be able to focus on anything. You need something, and that is why here as well they need like a target to focus on. Otherwise they won't be able to properly focus, and they won't be able to practice. And it looks easy, but it's freaking difficult, like operating a microscope, especially a compound microscope. So I feel like a telescope is also the same. It looks easy, they kind of showed it to us like it's a very easy thing, but no, it's probably not. It's very difficult, I'm sure of it. uh, Anyways, so yeah, so after that, having the meal, Ganta's like, oh, can you please teach us now? And she's like, all right, fine, perfect timing, let's go. It's night time now. And they go outside, and they take like Ganta's, she takes Ganta's photo camera, comes out, puts the tripod stand, and puts it on. And you can see here, like we actually got to see a lot of things about camera. It was kind of interesting because obviously I've also had the same model of camera, the Canon camera, this one. And like the way she was showing a few of the things, I've seen all of those things on the camera before, but I never knew what they were about. Like there was like that whole ISO part, and like where's that section where she shows all of that? Like at first she kind of puts it there, and she's like, oh, you have to manually focus, and there in this target, focus on the star, and focus. When he was able to focus it properly, she's like, okay, now we need to go to the options. So in the options, she shows that f6.3, like all these things that they were showing. Like I said, I've seen these on camera as well, and I never really knew what these were about. Like it was just there, and I just looked at it. But now she kind of explains a few things, which is kind of interesting to see, because I can relate to it. So the f-stop here, she says, in case amount of light that comes through the lens, and then she talks about the ISO and the perfect value in the perfect situation, how much they should put, and stuff like that. And she also gives another like a good pointer, like since like when you press the shutter button, like it's going to take a while for the shutter to go up and down, because it'll take the maximum light in. So in that situation, if you move the camera, it's going to get blurred. So you need to keep it still. That is why the tripod stand. And she says that this is also another interesting thing, because I've always seen in anime and other places as well, people having this remote button, clicking on it. And I always thought, why do they do that? Like they have the thing on the camera, they can easily click it. Here she explains that as well, which was kind of interesting to hear, because it makes sense. Like in that type of situation where the shutter is going up very slowly and down to catch the maximum amount of light, you shouldn't move the camera, it'll get blurry. And if you click on the button on the camera, it's going to shake a little bit, very slight, but it will shake. So that is why the remote button, which you can just press like this and nothing will happen to the camera. So perfect. And I really like that answered my question that I had whenever I saw people putting pressing that remote button. So that was interesting, like we get a lot of interesting information here. So there you go. Now the picture comes in, and it's a very bright picture, like a very nice picture, and they're like, oh, this is so pretty. And you can see Shiramaru's very happy, because obviously, like whenever someone like shares your hobby and starts in your hobby, and if they like it, you'll feel happy about it. Just like when you recommend anime to a non-anime fan and they're like, you know what, this is quite good, you also feel happy, that type of thing. All right, so next we get to see them going back because it's nighttime. They're going to go back, and Shiramaru here kind of says that, oh, like like I was all alone for a long amount of time in the observatory, but I'm glad that the observatory is being put to use again. Uh, thank you for that, and I might come and take a look at the school observatory now and then. And Magari and Ganta were very happy about that, so there you go. Now, next we get to see Magari was doing her swimming, like swimming in her club, and she comes back very drowsy, obviously, like now. Shiomaru also definitely doesn't know about their insomnia. Kurashiki Sensei knows about it, so obviously she's like, oh, like you're like why are you so drowsy? I'm sure they'll tell her eventually about their whole insomnia problem, and yeah, I'm sure it'll be very soon because they'll definitely sleep in the observatory, and I'm pretty sure like a time will come when one day suddenly Shiromaru comes in and sees them just sleeping, and she'll obviously ask them like what's going on, and I'm sure they'll tell her then. Okay, I love how the cat is like sniffing Shiromaru because like when you have a cat, if you come across another cat, the cat will try to sniff and get to like see if you have another cat smell on you, and they'll probably act more friendly towards you if they realize that you have another cat or something like that. I guess I don't know much about cat psychology, so but yeah, I guess she was sniffing. He was sniffing. I'm not even sure if this is a boy or a girl. This cat, probably a boy. Looks like a fat tabby cat. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, so I love how just Crush Sensei randomly appears from inside the tent. Oh god. So wait, so I'm guessing Shiromaru brought the tent because she was talking about the tent and everything. I don't know. Either way, so Kurashiki Sensei comes out and she's like, okay, let's hear about what is the plan that we're going to do. So they talk about making a viewing party, a viewing party which is going to invite in people from outside as well, not only from the inside, which obviously will help Shiromaru to come in because she's technically an outsider now. She's an alumni, but still, she is an outsider. So it will help her come and join the viewing party as well, and it'll probably do a lot of it's a very good thing. They can actually present this in front of the school budget meeting and say that, oh, we did this. And not only that, okay, so Magari says we need posters to kind of advertise them and everything, and Kurashiki Sensei says we need more personnel, and yeah, they say that Ukegawa-kun, that's his name, his friend, might help them out, so it's fine. And then Kurashiki Sensei gives them the pamphlet for the National High School Starry Night Sky Photography Contest. And obviously, it's a big hurdle. And Ganta's intimidated. He's like, "Oh, I just barely started photography, so no way can I, I cannot really just I'll make a fool of myself." And I like how Kurashiki Sensei is like, "Yeah, is that a problem? It doesn't cost anything, And he's like, "Wait, what?" And yeah, it's true. It's the first time, so you might fail, but it's going to be a good experience for you. Or who knows? Maybe you might win. Nobody knows. Maybe like a consolation prize or something you might get. And this is the thing: the fact that you're going in and doing this in itself will show a positive thing in front of the meeting. The people in the school meeting, if they get to see that, oh, this guy barely started the astronomy club and he has already gone into a competition, and even though he didn't win anything, yeah, that's good. That shows that he has interest in it, and they'll probably approve the club budget or something. So that's the main goal here, obviously. Either way, oh, and Kurashiki Sensei also says oh, but you also have Shiromaru here. She'll help you, your senpai. And I like how when she says oh, you can always depend on your senpai here, and she just looks very happy because she called him her senpai, and It's a good feeling whenever someone calls you senpai, like you're senior, you know. That's why she was probably very happy, you know, senpai of the astronomy club. And obviously Margaret is like Paisen. just just starts hugging her. Anyways, so she kind of gives us a few pointers. Like she brings a, like, you know, like a folding chair, like a few of the camping stuff, and she tells them that, oh, this will help you on your journey. And she says, like, you know, shows them like a place. Uh, she says like the Chiharahara Nagisa driveway. Drive across the sandy beach and feel the nice sea breeze. She says that this place has been called the Sala de Uyuni of Japan. If you go there on a day with no waves, you can see beautiful picture of the starry sky being reflected on the water. So this is perfect. So I'm guessing this will be like the place where they go for the photography and try to get like a prize. And you can see that already Shiramaru is helping them. So yeah, that's nice. And at the same time, oh, Magari also says that in the homeroom time, they were talking about going to Chirihama, where there'll be the summer camp. So while they're in the summer camp, they might be able to snap a few pictures. And yeah. Anyways, later on, Ganta goes back to return the keys to Kirashiki Sensei, and Kirashiki Sensei asks him, like, "Are you sleeping well?" And he says, like, "Yeah, kind of. Like in the observatory, though I cannot sleep at the house." And she says that, "Oh, don't you think that you being unable to sleep has a bigger meaning?" And that's kind of interesting because she kind of made a negative thing into a positive thing. She's like, "Oh, what if you cannot fall asleep? You know, you being in the astronomy club kind of shows that this is like a like has a bigger significance. Like you being unable to sleep at night will help you to snap really beautiful pictures. Like that's the meaning of this. You know, like try to make every negative thing positive. That's how you lead a beautiful life." So you can see that while going back, uh, Ganta is pretty happy because he probably remembers what Sensei told her. And he's like, "Oh, it is going to get busy with the whole viewing party and everything." And Margaret's like, "Oh, you look, you look happy today." And he's like, "Yeah, now we can take advantage of our sleeplessness to capture the stars on camera." And there you go. So you know, like it is. This is the thing, you know, like if you're just sleeping, like trying to fall asleep, not being able to fall asleep, is a very bad thing. You realize like everyone is asleep and you're just there, just staying awake. It's just a very bad feeling. So in that time, if you have something to do, like snapping pictures and everything, it's a very, you know, like a very fruitful thing. You're actually doing something at that time. It's going to help you mentally as well. Like, oh, I'm not just wasting my time just staying there without being able to sleep. It gives a mental pressure, you know, being awake like that. Obviously you're tired, like first of all you're tired and then you're also mentally tired. So that mental portion will at least be counteracted here, where at least he's going to be snapping pictures at that time, while before he was just laying down, not being able to fall asleep. So the mental aspect will probably be healed. Obviously the physical aspect, the actual tiredness will be there, but they can, like, you know, like sleep in the observatory and take a little bit of naps here and there. So that's the thing. Now you know what? I feel like this is going to be something. Like I'm pretty sure, like this is just a like a guess. Obviously, I'm pretty sure this is like a slice of life romance anime. So I'm pretty sure, like by the end, Ganta and what's her name? Oh my god, I just forgot her name. Oh god, what was her name? Hey, I just forgot. Ganta and Magari, yeah, Ganta and Magari will probably get together. And I don't know. I feel like, you know, like you remember when Magari said something about like, "Oh, I've like, you know, fall asleep quickly when I'm beside you," and you know, like listening to his heartbeat. So I feel like little by little we're going to see them being able to fall asleep, even like properly, like, you know, during normal time as well, just because if they're falling, like, and if they're together they can fall asleep quicker or something like that. I don't know, like I feel like this is going to change little by little. They'll actually get back their normal sleeping, like, you know, habits as they spend more time together. I don't know, this is just a guess that I'm guessing. And yeah, I don't know, maybe in the future, like I'm sure they'll be able to go past, like, you know, this whole thing. Like they won't be suffering from insomnia anymore. I'll just spend more time together. And like I don't know, it's just a guess either way. uh, Later on, we get to see a little bit of Shiromaru. Shiromaru's in her house and she's ready to go out and snap some pictures. I like how the cat really doesn't let her go. Just stops, so like sits on her shoes, and she's like, "Fine, come with me." And she takes the cat Rolo with her, and the cat is so chill. I've never seen a cat this chill. The cats usually are just crazy. They just jump around and just most of the time, not all the time, but yeah, they're very like very animated. But this cat is very calm. I guess obviously she's probably being with the cat for a long time, so that's why it's so chill with her. But like in the back she's so chill, while she's outside with the little like like harness around her, she's so chill. And just not, I don't even know if that's a she or a he. Either way, uh yeah, the cat's very chill. And Shiromaru goes up and goes to the place where there's like a very beautiful scenery, you know, in the night sky. And I like how she did everything. At first, she kind of adjusted the camera, put it on a timer, and then she kind of takes out the camping chair. Like she said, like you need the camping chair now and then. Put on a little bit of a fire, started baking a pancake, and eats. And while she's doing all of this, like reading books and everything, the picture is getting snapped one after the other, like just taking in the maximum amount of like brightness and then snapping the picture. And while doing all of this, like after a certain amount of time, she goes and tries to like check the photos and sees that a beautiful picture has been snapped. And she's like, oh, this is so amazing. And she's thinking, what can I do with it? So transfers it to her phone, and she's like, should I put it in the astronomy club group? But then she's like, oh, it's like in the middle of the night. I think it's 1 p.m. or 1:50 p.m. or something like that. Sorry, a.m., not p.m. And she doesn't know what to do. She's like, oh, it seems weird that I'm sending pictures now this late. And while she's hesitating, the cat comes and pops her in the thumb. And yeah, the picture is sent, and she gets so embarrassed. It's 1:55. Yeah, it's 1:55 a.m. That's not even that late, like 1:55. Yeah. Either way, now she's very embarrassed. She's like, oh no, what will they think? But obviously Magari and Ganta are awake. So, and it's good that they got the picture because they actually are able to do something now instead of just laying down, like being unable to sleep. So they got the picture and immediately they answered. They're like, oh, where are you, senpai? And they're like, oh, it's so pretty. And she tells everything like, oh, this is in this place. It's a perfect night to snap some pictures. And they're like praising her, and she's very happy. And there you go. That's where it ended. Another very nice episode, a very wholesome episode. And yes, I guess we cannot really call her a club member, but she's kind of associated with the club now. So there you go. And we know what direction they'll be going to. They'll be doing the viewing party, and hopefully like they're able to Ganta is able to snap a good picture and put it in the photography contest, and we'll see. Anyways, that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 3 of Insomniacs After School. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Insomniacs After School. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.